The Nigerian army and members of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria, known as Shiites, have been at loggerheads since 2015. Some members of the sect were killed in what the army described as an attempt to assassinate the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai. However, the sect has denied the allegation. The clash took another dimension in October 2018 when the sect clashed with the military in Abuja for 3 days. Lives and properties were lost and several people were left injured on both sides. While the military claimed it had decimated and pushed back members of the militant Islamic sect Boko Haram since 2016, there are still pockets of attacks in the northeast. It assumed a new dimension following the attack on a military base in Borno State. Several soldiers were killed in the attack. The kidnap of the Dapchi schoolgirls and assassination of some aid workers suggest that the insurgents are still on ground in the region.
In broad terms, what one can say is that to an extent the Nigerian state controls Maiduguri and probably one or two other urban areas, one or two other larger towns, but the rural areas of the northeast, Borno State specifically, have long been either ungoverned or under the control of the insurgents. It's a sort of stalemate. There are a variety of factors, responsible for that. The state is very large. There's a manpower deficit. There's a technological deficit in terms of what our troops have available to them. There's a resource deficit. There are logistical problems in terms of getting supplies to the troops on time. Our forward operating bases are not properly fortified. There's a whole range of reasons.
Following reports which indicted the government and security agencies, the military announced the expulsion of the United Nations Children's Fund in the northeast, but that action was reversed almost immediately. The military also accused global human rights group Amnesty International of plotting to destabilize the country.
They have consistently been attacking the very fabric of our national unity and cohesion, particularly the military, without basis for some of these allegations.
Amnesty is not destabilizing the country. Amnesty is interested in a country where human rights is respected, promoted, and where people enjoy their lives.
In the country's north central, the military has succeeded in reducing the crisis between farmers and herders. But Benue, Plateau and Nasarawa states, which experienced several attacks, are now battling with humanitarian crisis.
I'm a family man with 3 wives, and we are here living at the expense of only with God as helping us. If not, but with the mercy of God, we would have been dead, because life has been very miserable. We are suffering. People are suffering. And in fact, only God knows.
Armed banditry made an inroad into the northwestern part of the country, claiming several lives in Zamfara and Sokoto states. Other forms of insecurity like kidnapping and assassination were experienced in other parts of the country. Only recently, a former Chief of Defense Staff, Air Chief Marshal Alex Bade, was killed by unknown gunmen along Kefi-Abuja Road in Nasarawa State. This has raised concerns as the nation heads into a general elections next year.
Politicians also have a role to play, tone down their rhetoric. Lucky enough, both the main gladiators have chosen to watch their language. It has toned down a little bit. They should take it further. Then intelligence agencies should also wake up, so to ensure that some of those flashpoints are being noted and taken care of.
The challenge for the government in the new year is to find the best approach to quell the insecurity across the country and conduct violent-free general elections. Amaka Okafo, Channels Television News.